Watch collectors and car enthusiasts this time.
I'll take this one. If there's an exchange policy, take it.
I've been messing around with the idea of electric vehicles for like the longest time ever. And we are driving to Tesla Dubai because I officially entered the EV world. Interior is so minimal, there's technically nothing but a big screen here, but it's elegant. You know, I was thinking about what's his name? The guy that does car reviews on YouTube.
What is up, guys? Right behind me is a Mercedes-Benz GLC 300.
Forest Auto Review.
Right behind me is a Tesla Model 3, and this thing is insane. Check it out. I get a digital steering wheel with 3 different steering modes. You got comfort, standard, and sport for a little bit of fun. I got storage here, more storage there, and if I hit controls, I can digitally open the glove box. Check this out.
You get black and red heated leather seats, wood and aluminum on my dash.
That was my take on it.
Farewell gas stations.
On the wrist today, I've got the LV reference. This is the Starbucks. So if you guys caught the Insta story, I was trying to be a little bit suspicious about it's not what it looks like. It's not what it is. Oh, not my favorite Rolex Submariner. I picked this up 2 years ago. I wore it a couple of times and I wanted to spice things up a little bit. So I end up putting the Pepsi Oyster Center Polish Link bracelet on this Starbucks. I like it. It gives it that extra shine. It's all about opinions, right? This whole hobby is about opinions. It doesn't matter what other people say. It's what you think. And I like it that way.
How much are the prices?
So today I want to talk about these guys, the Rolex that had turned heads at Watches and Wonders 2023, because ADs just started fulfilling them. They've hit the market, they've hit the aftermarket, they're here, no one wants to touch them. Contrasting the minimalist appeal of a Tesla Model 3 is the Rolex GMT. It stands out with its intricate design and shine. These are the 2023 releases that I've witnessed at Watches and Wonders. 2 captivating GMTs, that is the full yellow gold GMT as well as the two-tone one. Everyone loved this watch. Everyone rushed to put and register their names with their ADs, myself included. In fact, everyone thought it would hit the roof demand-wise. But here's the kicker. I mean, I had a chat with a couple of aftermarket dealers on the fact that they were one of the very early ones to get it. They bought high, like really high, and now they have to sell it for, of course, a marked up high so they can make their profits, etc. They couldn't even move it for the price they bought it for. The full yellow gold option, for example, is sitting between $55,000 to $57,000, which is understandable for a full yellow gold sport new Rolex. It's also ironic that this is parallel to a time where ADs are calling people fulfilling their orders for these yellow gold GMTs and two-tone GMTs. Aftermarket dealers are promoting it. They're saying, you know what, we've got the first ones, this is the ask price, but no one's buying it. No one wants to touch it. And I'm not really sure if this is a shift in the buying power because of the global economic situation or what's happening right now, because the same dealer that is in possession of these watches is also telling me, if someone rocks up to me asking for this price, trying to flip or sell their GMTs, it is highly unlikely to even touch it because they can't even move the ones they have. And I'm not sure if we're going to see the days where you just walk into a Rolex AD and you'd be offered these precious metal sport models a lot easier. This is what it used to be, 2016, 2017, 2018 even, maybe even a discount on top. Maybe we're going back to that, I don't know. The two-tone is on a lesser premium because it's two-tone, and I thought rose gold, it would make more sense than yellow gold here. So if Rolex would have done this in rose, maybe we would have seen a root beer type of demand. So I used to think that the aftermarket increased prices somehow support the demand story. So when your AD tells you supply is limited, but they're all in the aftermarket, and you're just forced to pay these crazy premium to get them, I used to think it's hand-in-hand situation, right? It would gives this watch the opportunity to be so-called sought after. I genuinely feel like this is the first time where these unwarranted for prices that they must adhere to are dampening the demand for newly released sport Rolex watches. When did we ever witness a time where a discontinued Daytona would actually go below what it used to sell for before the discontinuation? Because that's actually what's happening right now. And now with these GMT releases, right? So everyone wanted them, everyone wanted to jump on it, right? Because they want to be the first to get it, because this is a sought after release from Rolex. This is the first year where they make significant changes. I mean, I know in reality it's not really a significant change because essentially what they did is they brought back the yellow gold Jubilee and put it on a gold GMT case and the bezel, of course, so it's now gray black. That's it. That's all what they've done. But in the Rolex world, that's actually considered a big change, right? And when something like that happened, usually these watches out of the gate would demand ridiculous premiums. Like, even if they understand that the price is going to be high right off the gate, they'll still do it, right? Because they'll think they can sell it onto someone for a higher price before it starts slowing down again, such as this GMT. I mean, think about it. The experienced watch collector, the guy that started collecting 10, 15 years ago, or whatever, or maybe even shortened that, had transformed and become more discreet. I'm not gonna go out and buy things immediately as they get released. I'll take a very pragmatic approach about it, right? I'll determine which models truly justify a substantial premium versus also the best time to buy if the idea is to go aftermarket. And believe it or not, even with new watch collectors, so the appeal of a brand new watch directly from the authorized dealer apparently is the way forward, right? So they'll play the weight game and they'll ask for watches that kind of suit their criteria. So if I don't have a profile, maybe I get into a Datejust and then a Submariner after that. I'm not gonna ask for a Daytona, even though that's the watch that I really want. And I'll pay the retail price. It's just about the idea of this watch is under my name. I got it directly from the authorized dealer. I have nothing to worry about. So what happens then to the aftermarket? People priorities change. That also impacts the aftermarket. Looking at it from a manufacturer marketing perspective, let's say Rolex, for example, undoubtedly it holds the top position as the largest watch brand in terms of reserve as well. Rolex could sustain itself for the next 2 decades without even selling a single watch. And not just for them, but also the brand, right? So Rolex, for example, their strategy is to sell you a Submariner for X cost, and the second year, they would increase the price of that Submariner by 5%, and so on until they discontinue it. So technically by year 2, you're paying more for the same watch in compared to what you would have paid for it in year 1. I also think this marketing strategy needs to change a little bit. If you look at Tesla, for example, considering I'm picking up this Tesla, if you want to make sure the demand is there, it's a case of when to increase it and when to decrease it, and that really makes Elon Musk a marketing genius. Their sales and marketing strategy is something you cannot avoid. They would sell you the car at year 1 for the highest markup possible and start reducing it year on year. Software wise, you own one Tesla and you have all of the upgrades that are to come 2-3 years from that time. It's a different body, but you'll get these upgrades at a lower price. A quick plug here, this is the best time to consider a Model 3 because the facelift is coming and they've just even reduced the prices further. It's hard to ignore it in case you're thinking about one. I think Rolex should start looking at incorporating some marketing strategies from Tesla. I think so. Going back to this GMT, it'll be interesting to see where it settles price and demand wise. So I'd put it like that. If you're in the market for a GMT or one of these GMTs, for example, and want to take advantage of the aftermarket situation, I'd say hold your horses, wait a little bit. I think the prices are even going to go lower. And if you're getting the call even from the AD, if you want to wear it, enjoy it, and be the first owner, fine, go for it. But if the idea is to profit off of it, I'd say think again because they are not even in a position to buy at these crazy premiums because they can't move the existing inventory. That if it's not just the retail price, if you're lucky, maybe even a little bit lower. Let me know your thoughts about these GMTs and what I said here. Let me know your thoughts about Tesla EVs in general. Would you consider one? And as always, you guys are awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.